What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Big Country Kennels. We are not live. I'm actually doing this video for my YouTube channel. We're working to create, more content. Just now getting everything started. Um, y'all, there is a forum that I'm just now finding out about, and it's called the Game Dog Forum, right? And somebody put me on it, and they was like, "Country." They talking about the Stone Cold Dog and BKK all up on the Game Dog forum. I'm like, what forum is this? Where is it at? And so they directed me to it. And so I get, to the forum. I see what they're talking about. Then you got to become a member. So I made a BKK live profile, so everyone knows, who I was. This is that and the other. And I'm reading some of the stuff, man, that they're saying. As far as BKK being a fraud, BKK, hanging papers and all this bullshit, putting fake titles, on dogs, which is all crazy because BKK doesn't push titles. BKK pushes blood, strain. BKK pushes genetics, being a master of capturing desirable traits. So, majority of you guys, because you guys are studying sales pitches, or you follow, sales pitches, of course y'all gonna say, somebody's pushing the title, or y'all gonna be looking for titles. I don't look for titles. I look for accomplished dogs, when it comes to producing, because those are the animals that actually hold the true value, the ones that actually produce. Okay, so just like with Brick, right? I think that's the dog that people talking about. That was the title, being pushed on the dog. All right. Anybody knows about the Brick situation? You already know why. Brick is really one of those dogs that people don't too much talk about. Okay, because there's a whole bunch of other shit, tied to Brick. It was unfortunate that Brick got stolen when Brick was about 13, 14 months old. Shit, I'd already done a breeding with that damn dog. I'd done a breeding with him and his litter-mate sister. People's like, well, you bred puppies. Yeah, I sure did. I'm not going to be like you guys talking that decide to make a decision like that about your dogs, then go and say, well, it was an accidental breeding. No, it wasn't a fucking accidental breeding. I did the shit on fucking purpose, okay? Those animals were special animals. Even, it was like the whole litter, and for the folks who had the litter mates, man, they was running through those puppies left and right, fucking them off. Why? Based off of how they were performing at an early age. So, I understood the value of the dogs. I understood that it needed to be preserved. I understood that something could have happened, to Brick. And if anything happened to Brick, I needed a safety net. Okay, so that particular breeding produced Stone Cold. I handpicked Stone Cold. I handpicked him as a puppy. This is going to be the animal to keep this legacy going. All right. And so, and I was right, about that. I was right. And I've been picking him out like ever since like Rock. I picked him out, as a puppy. Brick was actually picked out, as a puppy. Him and Honey Bear was picked out as a puppy. So I've been pretty good at this, for quite some time now. Right now I'm teaching people how they can do the same things using the tight versions of the BKK blood. Ace Lee Robinson was able to benefit and capitalize, off of Stone Cold, which is a gene pool dog. That's how you get the most out of it. Ace Lee, it's not like I had to educate him, on genetics and gene pool dogs and things of that nature, and dogs that will put him in a great position to be able to produce really good dogs, but he actually needed the dog. All right. And BKK was one of those very few breeders who actually had the dog. Okay. I had a dog of that caliber. And so Ace Lee Robinson was able, to breed to him. Stone Cold actually stayed on his yard for 8 months. So shit, he bred to the dog whenever the fuck he got ready, to breed to the dog. But, BKK gave him a pit bull program. He took also Stone Cold and crossed them out into those band dogs that he had. Took that program to the next level. So, the reason why he would be complaining, not sure. Oh, I know what his thing is. He's trying to take credit, you know what I'm saying, for BKK blood. He's trying to say that the strain that he has is his own strand, you know what I'm saying, which was produced by Stone Cold and Wild Thing, which both of them came off of BKK's yard. Now, how people try to play manipulation with words with me saying just that. Both of them came off BKK's yard. So, oh, no, he's lying. He's saying that he produced Wild Thing. Did not say that I produced Wild Thing. I simply just said both of them came off of my yard, meaning you did not have a program. You needed a pit bull program. You also needed a solid stud to take to your band dogs. And you got them both, you know, with two dogs. All right. One of them was Stone Cold. One of them was Wild Thing. Wild Thing you wasn't even sold on, H. Lee. You was not sold on that dog. You felt like that dog wasn't really a full pit bull. You felt like, you know what I'm saying, she had a fat tail. It's crazy. That's what you got through, you know, your evaluation, you know what I'm saying, with the dog, okay? But I told you, I had already done a breeding. I produced some really good animals. And if you take those two dogs together, you would produce phenomenal bulldogs. I told you that, okay? And eventually, what did you do? You did exactly that. And I also told you this. Remember, H. Lee, you had this Punnett square because, you know, you have a master's in science, you know what I'm saying, and all this right here. So you use your Punnett square, and based off of your Punnett square, you know, she was going to throw more brindles, you know, than buckskin and red dogs. And that particular breed. And I tell you, no, there's going to be more buckskin, there's going to be more reds than brindles. And when she had those pups, guess what? It was more buckskin and reds than brindles. Why? I had already done it. You know, so I know about those dogs. I know how potent, you know, the Grand Champion Brickstone Cold stuff is. You know, I was familiar with all of that. So, you know, I gave you a blueprint. That's the reason why today you have BKK blood, you know, because the only thing that you done, you repeated a cross that was already done originally by BKK. And, yeah. And so, you know, you can't push it off, you know what I'm saying, as your own. Essentially, you know what I'm saying, you can't. You know you're trying, but you can't. You have a BKK program. And the same thing that I'm pushing and promoting, you know what I'm saying, today is what I pushed and promoted back then. BKK can put you in positions to produce phenomenal bulldogs. I teach people to focus on the things that matter. People that come to me today, you know, they come to me the same way H. Lee Robinson came to me. You know, they need their yard fixed. First of all, you know, you have to get out of the mind frame that you're in as far as chasing papers and chasing titles, you know. And you have to actually chase dogs that have strong traits of producing, you know, and they're gene pool dogs. A lot of people are against the gene pool dogs, and then you have some people who don't even know what a fucking gene pool dog is. But majority of you guys, you know, you call yourself reading your pedigrees, and gene pool dogs are all through your pedigrees. Okay? You just have to acknowledge them. And there's not one pedigree that doesn't have a gene pool dog in it that played a significant role in producing a phenomenal bulldog. So you really have to start paying attention, not to what they told you on how to produce, you know, bulldogs. You have to pay attention to the actual true blueprint of producing phenomenal bulldogs. All right, there's a method to the madness. There's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, people are trying to discredit BKK, why people are talking about BKK in groups and forums that BKK is not even in. BKK is great, okay? BKK, you know, is big on not just BKK being great as an individual. How many people, you know what I'm saying, can BKK produce to be great, like your H. Lee Robinson of the world? H. Lee Robinson is the production, you know what I'm saying, of BKK. He truly is. His program was shit. It was literally shot to shit. He needed a saving. He needed a salvation, and BKK was able to do that for him. So, you know, these are, you know how y'all like to say facts? These are nothing but facts. You know, y'all take certain sayings and just wear them the fuck out. But these are facts. They're absolutely facts. You know, so I'm not trying to twist anything up, you know, to push a narrative. I understand you guys as haters, you have a job to do. And that's to discredit BKK at all costs. But at the end of the day, look here. Y'all can't deny what's working. Okay? It's working, it's producing. And then I follow a blueprint, a true blueprint that's 100%. That means none of y'all can dispute it. All right? Because if you try to dispute it, all you got to do is have a one-on-one conversation with me in front of everybody else. We can do it on a live video in front of everybody else, and I'll show you. Your dogs also, come from the true blueprint. So if you're into papers, pedigrees, you're into believing, in the papers and the pedigrees, you can't deny the true blueprint of how to produce phenomenal bulldogs. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to cut this doggone video short, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. With that being said, it's your man, Big Country Kennels. I'm out.